What is up, peeps? This is For The Win TCG, and I'd like to welcome you back to another YouTube video. And of course, we have some more Pokemon TCG Online gameplay. And today, we are playing a very, very risky deck. A deck I wouldn't recommend that you play. But nonetheless, we're giving it a shot. It is a Drifblim Shrine deck. Now, the way the deck works is we get Shrine into play, and then we get our Zoroarks and our other GX Pokemon out like Tapu Lele, and we allow it to take damage from Shrine, and then we use damage transport to move all that damage onto the active Pokemon. Now, with regards to the numbers, if you have a full bench, Shrine does 20 damage, obviously 10 at the end of your turn, and then 10 back. You'll be doing 100 damage per turn with damage transport, which is pretty nifty. Obviously, it's not the best damage in the world. It's just a deck that I think would, challenge all the best decks out there. Not necessarily. It's a fun deck. I wouldn't recommend you trying to play it at all, really. But it's just a fun deck nonetheless. We're not playing any choice ban. Reason being is because damage transport transfers damage counters and doesn't actually deal damage. So choice ban won't be doing anything if we are using our main strategy. Of course, it'll help with using Zoroark per se, but Zoroark is basically a two-shot anyway. So with that said, I decided to go for some Dumbbells to give some longevity to our Drifblims and, of course, our Zoroarks as well. I'm still quite ill, but not as ill as I was yesterday, so I'm confident bringing up a face cam. I don't look as bad as I did yesterday. Yesterday, I looked awful. I was very pale. I was just, it wasn't nice at all. But today, although I sound a bit nasally, I know that I am definitely feeling a lot better, so face cam is back, which is cool. Right, so what deck are we up against? I'm guessing we're playing a Garbodor Shrine deck, which means I don't think we match up well against this deck, particularly with its fighting type. I assume it's Buzzwell Garb, so with Buzzwell, it's going to be quite hard to play around that. But again, we want to play Shrine anyway, so that's okay with me. We need to be careful about our items now, though, considering we are playing a deck that has Trashaland. So I will play the Nest Ball just to help with the setup play, but from there on I will be quite considerate of the items I do play. We do have things like Ace of Roller in deck to pick up our Zoroarks, which is something we can do with having Shrine anyway, so it allows us for some extra trades if we do have an extra Zero on the bench or something. This deck is setting up fantastically right now, playing cards like Acrobike. The great thing about Garbodor is, this deck particularly, Buzzwell Garb, is that it just plays a ton of items, and it's not afraid to do so, because it knows that you will be afraid to play items. You have to watch out for the Trashalanche, so they're going to take advantage and play as many items as they want. Now they do obviously need to be careful coming up against something like an actual Garbodor list, but hey. So I kind of want to play the Ultra Ball here just to help with setup. I have to kind of get rid of two supporters because I don't want to get rid of the Escape Rope and just play further into it. So we'll do that, and we'll get another Zorua out. And I think we're just going to go for a Cynthia. Hope we hit some more basic Pokemon or some more routes to basic Pokemon that isn't fruit item cards. Okay, yeah, I'm not confident in actually going for that Ultra Ball, so we'll leave it there. We do play Macargo, just to give the deck a bit of control. Now, we don't rely on Macargo, obviously, but if you have Zoroarks, I think playing a 1-1 Macargo line isn't a bad shout in a Zoroark deck, just to give you some extra control as you're playing. So, we've only played 2 item cards, so they're only dealing 40 damage with the Trashalanche. We are not weak to... yeah, we're not weak to Psychic, and we're not even weak to Dark. We're weak to Lightning, considering this is a part Flying type Drifblim, so... Counter Energy going down is very bad. Now, we can Apricorn Maker, but that seems very bad. It seems awful, but we do need to set up. So I'm considering playing Apricorn Maker just to get another Ultra Ball and get a Zoroark out, but that just seems really, really painful to do that. So I think we're just going to pass and just allow them to do what they do. If they knock us out, we can attach another counter and actually go for Wind Wheel, which means they have to switch their Pokemon. Wind Wheel is not the attack we want to use, but it just seems like we have to, considering we have to be super careful about what we're playing here. Right, so they are going to go for the knockout, which means we do get to Wind Wheel, which means we actually get a return knockout, which is pretty cool. So that's all right, but being forced to not play item cards is really, really setting me back here. I don't know why I played Apricorn Maker, actually. I tend to prefer Fan Club, because Fan Club, what it does is if you play Fan Club, you are actually able to still play your extra Pokeball, your extra, I'll call them Pokeballs, because obviously there's like Ultra Balls and Great Balls being played, and Nest Balls, all of these balls, that it will allow you to also play them on top, rather than using Apricorn Maker to get those items, if you know what I'm saying. And therefore just use more of your deck. Right. So we're going to attach this. Windwheel is now in effect, which is good. I think we have to Apricorn Maker here. It's just really awkward. We'll Apricorn Maker and we'll get a Nest Ball and we'll leave it at that. And what we'll do is we will get ourselves I was going to get a Slugma. That just feels really bad now that we just can't get a Slugma. It feels really, really awful playing into the item game here. We'll go for another Windwheel, and I still don't think we're going 2, 4, 6. Yeah, we're still okay. We're not getting one shot by this because it doesn't hit us for weakness, so we're fine. The Weavile we don't need to worry about because we've got no ability Pokemon in play yet. We will need to worry about that further on down the line. So, right, so there's another Drifblim, which doesn't really help our cause here. We do actually want to get GX out so we can damage transport, but it just seems quite awkward right now. Now, we do actually still get to use damage transport because counter energy still counts as a colorless energy nonetheless. So we still get to utilize damage transport. It doesn't feel good having two counter energies in play right now on one Pokemon. It feels really bad. By the way, I know I'm probably at a different angle than my usual videos. I have the camera tilted a different way because my phone's on low battery and I need to charge it while recording, just so it doesn't run out of battery, which would be very annoying. So that's why that's the way. So don't worry there. It should be back to normal in the next video. Right, so they're just going to go for the old Fury swipes. So it's like they're on the back foot a little bit. Now, we can go for a Ultra Ball, and it doesn't seem too bad, but we'd have to discard things. We'd have to discard the Macargo and the Shrine. Get a Zoroark, and we won't trade this turn because, again, I don't want to play the items so heavily or get rid of the items so heavily. We're just going to have to go for just a very bad damage transport of 10 damage. It just doesn't feel right. 2, 4, 6, 8. Hitting 80 damage. A Kukui won't knock us out, but I think this deck does play Kukui, so we need to watch the one-shot potential here. And I think it's best we just do a damage transport for 10. Like, I'm really afraid of bringing him into territory where they can one-shot our Drifblims. And limiting the damage at 80 seems okay because... Yeah, I'm just making sure it's 80. Yeah, 80 damage. Limiting it at 80 seems okay because a Kukui even then won't knock us out with a one-shot on a Garbodor. So again, I'm quite confident with that. Now, the more damage they do to us is fine. We can just keep bringing it back to them, so I'm okay with that. We just need to top deck our way out of this. And I'm just going to play the patient game here and just go for another damage transport there. Keep healing up our Pokemon. That's fine with me. I think they're going to decide to retreat because, like, what are they doing right now? I mean, even then, if they go for a Buzzwole and Sledgehammer, they're only playing into my Drifblim's attack. So, like, I think they're a bit stuck because I'm just going to keep healing with the little poke damage they're doing. So maybe this is a good matchup because with the little poke damage that they do, we just keep healing it off. Now, of course, we will be forced. There's no way around playing into the 4-prize Sledgehammer. So we will get knocked out eventually. But right, so they're going to go for, I assume... No, they can't even go for beat up because the counter energy doesn't activate as a rainbow energy right now. So that's fine. Do we get a supporter? We do. We get Tantalizer. That's fantastic. So let's go for that. And let's see if we can top deck another Zoroark or something that can help out. Now, this is super important. The reason why is it actually stops Sledgehammer from one-shotting us. So... that's a really, really, really cool... Actually, no, we're going to trade that because we don't want to trade items. Oh, wait, no. I should have traded the Shrine. That was a bad, bad play, especially considering we got this. But let's get this Drifblim out. This all seems pretty good so far. We can get the knockout here. Yes, we do play into the 4 prizes, the 4 prize Sledgehammer, but as I said, dumbbells is really playing a big part here because Sledgehammer will not one-shot us. I think Sledgehammer is doing 140 because of the Diancie, but we have 150 HP, so they are not one-shotting us. Ah, they got the Field Blower. That's a shame. That's a very, very big shame. So we have to hope to hit a double colorless energy next turn to ensure that we are continuing our streaming of attacks. And we need to hope we hit another dumbbell. And I'm kind of regretting dropping that dumbbell onto the Zoroark. I should have held that in my hand in anticipation of a Field Blower to make sure our Drifblim, you know, is able to survive next turn, you know. I think that should have been the play. Now, I don't know if they Macargoed and then Acrobite, because that would be the best way to go about it. I'm not too sure. So, need to kind of think what's going on here. And also, I should have been careful dropping those dumbbells, considering that they are item cards, and I completely forgot about that. So, the Garbodor is now doing 2, 4, 6, 8s, 10, 12. So, they are now one-shotting our Drifblim. So, that was a misplay on my part again. I really should have remembered that dumbbells are just items like any other item cards. I think I just got happy in the fact that we are getting our tankiness finally up, but definitely forgot about the Field Blower, and that's a misplay. And that might be a big detriment now to our game, so kind of concerned. I actually forgot we were resistant to fighting. Oh yes, we are resistant to fighting. See, I don't even know my own cards. Like, that's how bad it is right now. Right, we're going to go for a Cynthia. Just more cards to merrier. We get an extra trade, which is nice. We need a DCE, and I don't see it happening anytime soon. Right, let's trade off an Apricorn Maker. Come on, DCE. I haven't seen one of you yet. There it is. There is the DCE, and we'll go and trade away the Drifblim. Doesn't seem good. I would like another turn with Drifblim, you know, so like I should trade away the Guzma. I can't have to, like I need to make sure I've got something to draw out on next turn, you know. Well, now I kind of feel bad about it. Considering that Garbodor now one-shots our Drifblims, we can play a little bit more recklessly. A little bit, because we don't want our Zoroarks in one-shot territory. So what I'll do is I want to go for a Rescue Stretcher and bring those Drifblim back and see if we can just keep streaming the Drifblim plays. Just like that. And now the hard part is that we really are... Okay, the Dumbbell. Do I want to play it? I think I do, considering they are knocking us out. So let's just do that and go for another Damage Transport. So this is the tough part of the deck, is like if damage doesn't build up, Damage Transport doesn't really do much, unfortunately. So we need time to build up damage. We need to get hit. So, okay, so there's the Garbodor, and they now can actually one-shot us. Let's think. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So they actually aren't one-shotting us, which is pretty good. They're not one-shotting us with the Buzzwole. They're not one-shotting us with the Diancie. And the thing is, if they hit into me with either of those Pokemon and they don't one-shot me, let's say they don't play a Kukui or something, which I assume they're going to grab now. If they don't play the Kukui, which I think they're going to do, we can actually go and you know, put 4 damage counters from our own Drifblim onto them and cause problems. But considering well, I mean, they might not get the Kukui, considering that their hand is 4 and they can't instruct. Okay, they still can't instruct. There's still no way of instructing right now, so they have to find another card to play. Maybe they can bench another card. I mean, they need to get their hand down one more size if they want to make sure they hit a Kukui. So they're actually going to go for a Guzma play, and that seems okay, considering the Garbodor is not really going to do anything crazy. Oh, yes, but they do get their top deck now. But we know it's not going to be a Kukui or anything. It might be... Okay, Rescue Stretcher. Maybe that's what they top decked. Maybe this deck isn't playing Kukui, but I know... Oh, yeah, that's a very important card. We need to make sure we try and hunt that down. How many Guzmas have we dropped? Only 1. So there's definitely a way for us to be able to get rid of that. And that bloody thing. And here it is. This is our actual way of doing it. So we're going to bench Lele, which is okay because we want to take Shrine damage. We're going to Guzma up the Sneasel and take it out. Now, of course, that leaves us vulnerable to Buzzwole, which is problematic. But I think that Sneasel is going to be very, very big in the later game. And considering they prioritize getting it out, I assume they've got a Weavile in their hands, so they probably have a follow-up. So we're just going to roll with it. We're in a very awkward spot. It's either we take out the Buzzwole, or try to, at the very least, and just fail in that merit, or we try and take out the Sneasel. Now, the awkward part is that we aren't actually taking out the Sneasel here. We're not. We're only doing... With damage transport, we're only doing little damage here. We're only doing 60. Oh, wait. 60 is just enough. Okay, sure. Ignore everything I just said. We're doing exactly the right amount of damage. Right, I'm going to trade a Tantalizer away. Because the Garbodor's still out there, and we need to be wary of that. And we're not going to trade anything else away. Look, we can trade another Tantalizer, but that's really risky. That's real risky. Let's go for damage transport. Get that Sneasel out of the way. Because we do not want that hurting us later on. Another DCE, that's a good sign. However, we're struggling to get another Drifblim. Is it Drifblim? Drifblim. Am I getting them the wrong way around? I've probably got them the wrong way around this whole video. But we're going to struggle to get another. We're struggling to get another Drifblim out because we don't want to play Ultra Ball, right? We don't want to walk into the Trash Lounge again. Right, so this Macargo is very problematic. Maybe if we do play 2 Lele, if we grab another Lele, we can Ultra Ball, but that's so tough. If we find a way to successfully grab another Lele without putting too much risk on our end, we can bring up that Macargo. Well, that's kind of pointless now considering they've got a Slugma, so I assume they think we're going to target the Macargo next. But the thing is, we're in a point now where we just cause a lot of pressure. This Drifblim is designed to take damage. Ah, they do knock us out this turn. That's very painful to actually... Very painful to see. Okay. Okay, we're going to bring this thing up. And we kind of have to attack the Zoroark this turn, which is very scary because we need to now we need to bench stuff. We kind of have to, unfortunately, just to guarantee a knockout here. But then the Buzzwole comes in, and then that's just really awkward. So we kind of have to just, yeah, we're gonna go all in here, and we're just gonna go crazy. We're gonna bench stuff, and we're gonna hope that next time we have a follow-up attack or something, you know. So I think it's more of a priority to bench this Drifblim here, go for a Tantalizer, yeah, and just find basic Pokemon and hope. Oh, that's a very sad. Okay, trade. Come and save me, trade. Come on. Come and save me. No, those are evolutions. We need one more basic. Because we have a Lele, we need just one basic Pokemon, please. Ooh, that's painful. That's so painful. Okay, but here's the thing. We have Enhanced Hammer. Now, we can drop... Is that a Beast Energy? It's a Unit Energy. So we can drop the Unit. I mean, it doesn't matter if we drop the Rainbow in the unit, it makes no difference, right? They're still supplying the same level of energy. So we'll drop the unit, or the Rainbow. Let's drop the Rainbow. Doesn't make a difference, but we'll do it anyway. And just hope they don't find a way to obtain an energy. The thing is, we're just not getting a knockout this turn. It's just so bad. Okay. Oh, it's so awful. We just got to get a Guzma, I think, and just hope. I mean, this is very, very bad right now. We're just not getting the knockout on the Garbodor, and that's like... Oh, we took the risk, but we didn't get there. We're 10 damage off. It's just so painful being 10 damage off the Garbodor there. And considering we've played all these items now, we've just walked straight into Trash Lunch, and there's a big chance they can knock us out this turn. Even with dumbbells, we currently have 220 HP, if I'm correct. 220, yeah, so... Are they hitting 220? Are they hitting 220? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 200. Oh, they're hitting 240, and with resistance, that's 220. They've got the knockout on the... This seems to be game. But considering that we did pretty decent against a well-established deck now, and a deck that has... I don't know if this deck actually has won any leagues or any tournaments. I could be wrong. But this is a very well-established and a very well-accomplished deck. I know that for sure. So considering that was able to put up a fight is pretty cool. It's definitely pretty cool. And I know I say this about most decks when I lose, but when it comes to building a deck that is not designed to challenge these things and just made for fun, specifically this deck was not made to be a contender, as it were. It's just like, oh hey, Shrine does damage, this transports damage, that seems like a fun idea, and it is a fun idea. Hence why I made the list. And why I'm uploading it now, because it's fun. And that's the whole point, as I said. I think I said this before, this whole channel was not just designed to make counter decks, or rogue decks. It's designed to make decks that are just fun to play, to branch out of the, from the, oh, we have Guzman though. We could try and see if we can trickle our way through here. If we do find an energy, but we just don't find an energy. We're just in a very awkward spot. We're going to escape rope. And just, I think they're going to put this up. We're going to escape rope, and then we're going to go for Cynthia. Let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. But yeah, as I was saying, like, yeah, we're not meant to be going for title contending decks. We're just going for fun decks. And some of them could turn out to be good. So, wow. That is shameful. No DCE. I'm sure at least one of those 4 cards is a DCE, and there is no way we're hitting it this turn. So we're just gonna pass. We're gonna pass and hope that they're stuck just like me. Considering they promoted the Slugma, I think they've got a Guzma. So if they got the Guzma, just play it, you know, end my misery. Yep, there we go. We'll give them a well played. As I said, the deck's not the best deck in the world, and I didn't even expect to win going into this video. But it's a fun deck, and you know what? Try and build it yourself. See if you do get any success out of a deck as wacky as this and as risky as this deck. Oh, we got a Guardians Rising pack. Well, what we'll do is we'll open the pack for this video here. By the way, in the comments, let me know, would you like to see pack openings? I've done pack openings on this channel before. They never tend to do too well. So I'd like to ask, is that something you'd like to see? Oh, I'm also buying a pack subconsciously. I'm so used to doing it. Right, so we got 2 packs to open in this video. Turns out we've got a bunch of packs to open in this video. We'll open the Guardians Rising because that's what we got. But would you like to see a pack open? As I said, I've got a few packs here. I could, you know, rack up a few. Would you like to actually see a pack opening video or not? I tend to feel like they're just... we didn't get anything great there. But I'll leave those packs there. Would you like to see a pack opening video or not? Let me know. Again, this deck, nothing great. But again, it's fun. And that's the whole point. It's just to have a laugh if the game doesn't get a bit too stale for you. Other than that, do leave a like if you did enjoy this video. Do subscribe for more content like this. And other than that, I'll leave you to it. Peace.